It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Police say it appears a young man may have suffered a medical episode prior to a fatal crash at New Lambton Heights last night. They say a car crossed to the wrong side of Lookout Road at about 6:45 and was struck side-on by a ute. The driver of the car, a 26-year-old man, was trapped and had to be freed from the wreckage. He was taken to the John Hunter Hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival. A woman driving the ute was taken to the John Hunter with wrist and foot injuries. A report is being prepared for the coroner. Cessnock MP and Shadow Minister for the Hunter, Clayton Barr, is raising concern the state government doesn't know the location of ammonium nitrate storages in Newcastle. Last week's deadly ammonium nitrate blast in Beirut prompted renewed calls for the stockpile at the Orica plant at Kooragang to be greatly reduced. However, Clayton Barr says the state government isn't even aware large quantities of the chemical were actually relocated.
Apparently the ammonium nitrate in large bulk is stored out at Sandgate now, not at the Kooragang facility, and apparently hasn't been at the Kooragang facility for some years now. Clearly the people in the industry have known this for quite some time, but what's really frightening is that the New South Wales government themselves don't know this.
A 27-year-old woman is recovering in the John Hunter Hospital after a single-vehicle crash at Heatherbrae last night. The woman was driving a white Ford Ranger on the Pacific Highway when the vehicle left the road and hit a tree. The force of the impact caused the tree to fall across the highway, blocking the northbound lanes for about 45 minutes. The woman suffered leg injuries in the crash. Police are reviewing dashcam footage of the incident. The state government has continued its refusal to provide funding for the removal of flammable cladding from Newcastle buildings. The Berejiklian government has instead announced the creation of an 8-person cladding product safety panel. Deputy Labor leader Yasmin Catley says the government should fund the cladding removal for the safety of residents and to boost the economy.
This is an opportunity for the government to make people's homes safe and to provide work for people in the form of a stimulus. If the government provide financial assistance to those people who need to have unsafe cladding removed from their buildings, then they would also be providing good jobs in the construction industry.
Inspectors from Safe Work New South Wales will be hitting Newcastle construction sites this week as part of a statewide clampdown on unsafe practices. There have been a number of serious injuries on building sites in recent weeks. Inspectors will be targeting working from heights, electrical safety, falling objects and the prevention of respiratory diseases such as asbestosis. Companies and individuals can be hit with on-the-spot fines of up to $3,600 for breaches. It comes after a Newcastle company was last week fined $400,000 after a 20-year-old worker died when he fell 6 metres through a skylight. Conflicting infection prevention advice and limited access to personal protective equipment is leaving Hunter health workers at risk of coronavirus infection. Almost half of New South Wales health workers required to wear N95 masks have not had their masks fit tested to reduce their exposure to coronavirus. Nurses and Midwives Association Secretary Brett Holmes says workplace health and safety needs to be improved to protect health workers.
We're calling upon the New South Wales Ministry of Health to both institute fit testing for N95 masks and to change the protocol so that anyone working in a COVID-19 ward, intensive care or area where there are suspected COVID-19 patients be supplied with N95 masks.
2NURFM Sport.
The Newcastle Jets have been up for sale for 18 months and Chief Executive Laurie McKenna says negotiations with a consortium interested in buying the club are reaching the pointy end. McKenna expects the next 3 weeks will determine which way the club goes, both on and off the field. The Mariners were also put on the market last week. Surfers chief Warren Smith believes the new World Surf League format will give more value to Newcastle's qualifying series contests. The World Surf League has fast-tracked to a new calendar for 2021 after the cancellation of most of this year's contests from the 10,000-point Sydney Surf Pro in Manly in March. The Surffest QS event was held a week earlier, but from 2021 will now run until the end of June, deciding who joins the Challenger Series from August to December. And injury hit Aidan Fanua-Blake is looking at a month on the sidelines, which means he'll miss Manly's clash against the Knights this Sunday. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 2, 37, 30, 38, 23 and 25, and the supplementaries are 36 and 3. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.